Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I've got the horoscope overview for December, last month of the year. I keep thinking it's going to get quieter, but it doesn't really get much quieter at all. There's so much activity going on all the time in the heavens now. That's a lot to process. I only do these horoscopes a week or two before the month, and because that's how long it takes me to get around to it. Every month I think it's going to get quieter, but it doesn't. Let's go to the board right now. I'm going to draw two cards as theme cards for you, and this will give you some sort of idea of what's in store for December. Okay, so closing my eyes now. What do I see? Okay, a window opening up, a window of opportunity opening up for many people in December. There's also something here about, like I said, activity, but socialising. It's a great time for socialising. So, you know, get your diary out, and you might find that you've got more events than usual. And of course that makes sense because Christmas is coming up too. Let's have a look. The card that comes out is, this is sort of like the family card, isn't it? Mum there making the cakes and the kids and everything. It's all about home and hearth. It's a beautiful, kind, nurturing energy. Even if you don't have a family, not everybody does, but you might find that people are more disposed, you know, pleasantly disposed towards you, are more helpful, are genuinely trying to help you out. So this is all about nurturing, loving, looking after other people, but of course it's important to look after yourself as well. If you do that, you can keep going. If you don't do that, then burnout could be a danger. Let's have a look at the second half of the month. What do I see for you? A key in the door. Now this is weird. It's like a cigarette. The key is like a cigarette, and this is saying that an addiction is the key to something else. So you might find it's a great time for gaining additional insight into yourself, to going down deep into your subconscious and finding out what's going on. The card that comes out is the Hierophant, all about learning, and also doing it in a traditional or conservative way. Okay, sometimes this is through organised religion, but not always. Okay, and just be cautious if you are involved in organised religion, that you're not just accepting what they say, that you're going down deep within and finding your own truth. Okay, that is important. But it does bring conservatism, looking back on the past. Don't get stuck there, because, you know, Lot's wife got stuck back in the past when she looked back and she turned to stone. So it's definitely sort of a warning not to get stuck in the past, not to get stuck in conservatism, because we all need to move forward. And even more importantly than moving forward and looking back at the past is the fact that you have to be very present with what's going on inside yourself right now. There's a lot of action here, but you might be thinking about learning, and don't sit on your learning. Get out and do something. Knowledge and wisdom, they're the two keys. Oh, I saw the key in the start, didn't I? In the vision. So the key is some sort of addiction. And most people got some sort of addiction. You know, it might be something simple like drinking tea or something, or overeating, or overwork, or over-exercising, or any number of things, drugs and alcohol, the obvious ones. Okay, that is the key to get you to look within yourself and find out the truth. It's a major arcana card, and literally your life can change because of that. Usually the effects of it go on for some considerable time too. So you might even be feeling some effects now, even though I'm doing this before December. Let's make this a bit bigger so you can see what's going on in the heavens. Now this is for everyone. However, when we do this, we actually set it for Aries here on the horizon, because Aries is the first sign, but this is for everybody. It's just an overview. There is a T-square for everybody, and this is a triple conjunction going on between Mercury, the moon and the sun. Mercury is going backwards towards the moon, and the moon is really racing. This could bring up a lot of emotional conversations, okay, for people, or emotional communications. The sun's going to bring insight as well. We also have Neptune, Venus and Uranus. This is a wonderful minor grand trine for everyone as well. And it could be quite a spiritual time with Neptune, especially for Aries, because Neptune is in the 12th house here. For the other signs, of course, these patterns are going to spin around and be in different houses and affect different areas of your life. So I'm just giving a quick overview now. So we've got those two patterns to start the month, okay? We've also got Mercury is retrograde until the 16th. It's not a good time for contracts. It's not a good time to be going away traveling if you can help it, because often there's delays with Mercury retrograde. Mercury is going anti-clockwise around the wheel, okay? And that'll be till the 16th, and then there's about a week of shadow after that as the retrograde energy is coming off, and Mercury then changes direction and moves forward again in an anti-clockwise direction around the zodiac wheel. Neptune is retrograde in Pisces until the 8th. So after that, you may become more aware after the 8th. You could become more aware of your spiritual life, maybe music, entertainment like films is associated with Neptune, and you could be looking within more. So that's what we all need to do. Mars, on the 6th of December, Mars in Leo is here, and it's going retrograde. And that's to the 24th of February 2025. Can you believe it's nearly 2025? So Mars in Leo, not exactly happy when it's retrograde, okay? Does much better when it's direct. So just be careful of emotional outbursts, particularly sort of anything to do with aggression, where you're feeling angry or frustrated. Could be a real thing. With retrogrades, often the energy is turned within, and it can, it can be hard to handle. So I'd say maybe go for long walks to take the edge off Mars retrograde in Leo. The new moon is in Sagittarius on the 1st of the month, and this is going to bring up sort of feelings of excitement or adventure, desire for adventure, wanting something unusual, trying to get out of a rut, trying to look for variety and excitement in life. But there could be, with the moon, emotions, you could be a bit more excitable than usual, and, so watch what you say. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and so your voice might be louder than usual or something a bit strange. Just watch that. We also have 2 new moons this month, which I'll talk about in a moment. But the full moon is in Gemini on the 15th. So this can also bring up lots of communications. It's the day before Mercury retrograde finishes. And so, things might be coming out of your mouth. This is looking like a bit of a theme, sort of bubbly communications, but try to not go overboard, okay? The full moon in Gemini could also bring up lots of thinking, where you do become curious and you want to learn and things like that as well. Venus is in Aquarius on the 7th, and Venus in Aquarius can bring up sort of contemporary fashions perhaps, or contemporary ideas about beauty or even about love, and you might become more modern or change your views on love, because Venus is all about love. Also, Aquarius is to do with technology. You might be thinking about buying things for the house that have some technical function, but they're quite beautiful, for example. So Venus in Aquarius also brings up feelings of humanitarianism. You might, be looking at giving money to charity, for example, because Aquarius is very much the humanitarian and likes to share, so, and Venus loves justice, so that's quite on the cards. You might be looking at charities. The Sun is in Capricorn on the 21st. Happy birthday to all early Capricorns. And with the Sun here, work might become, more, you might find you've got more to do, or it might be on your mind, all the things you have to do, being diligent, timing and scheduling could become more important. You might somehow become more practical. Just don't go overboard, because sometimes people, they can become addicted to work. I was saying about in the vision I saw with the key, the smoking key, work can be a real trap. You think you're doing the right thing, but it could actually be an addiction. So because it's the Sun, you're likely to have a lot of insight and awareness around Capricorn. You're likely to be feeling more practical than usual and get more done than usual. The other thing to note is that on the 29th, Chiron turns direct, and Chiron is it's not really a planet, it's more like an asteroid or a planetoid, and Chiron direct is bringing up those things within you that need healing. So it's bound to be quite a spiritual month. There does seem to be spiritual themes here. You might have been going through a bit of a rough time with dealing with wounds from the past, but when it turns direct, Chiron, you might start to feel like you're making some progress. The healing is coming through, and maybe you notice that things that would have bothered you in the past, they don't bother you anymore, okay? Or they're not as impactful as they used to be. So that's really good news, and it's showing you how far you've come, okay? For Aries, this is about the sense of self, maybe identity, your place in the world, and how you put your message out into the world. And of course, for all the other star signs, Chiron will be moving around. Of course, it won't just be here, but I'm just giving a quick overview, as I said. So healing is bound to take place. You're bound to get some healing on something that comes up from time to time. You might never have resolved it, because the story is the wounded healer, an eagle comes down and eats his liver every night, and this was Prometheus, and he never recovers, sort of thing. So it could be a wound that keeps coming up all of the time, but you'll probably get some sort of healing this month, which is good news. So the other thing was the second new moon in Capricorn is on the 30th. Okay, so when you get two new moons in one calendar month, it's called a black moon. Okay, some witches, and I don't know anything about the darker side of it, because there are some that are practicing in the dark, and of course some that are practicing in the light. But I know that some witches believe that this is a very powerful time. A second new moon in the calendar month is called a black moon. Okay, so it is a great time to do some rituals, and especially on the 30th of December, just before the new year commences, I would be doing a ritual anyway, just because it's finishing up. 30 days have September, April, June and November, so there's only one day, 31st. But I'd be doing a ritual on the 30th and letting go of the past and getting ready to welcome in the new calendar year. Okay, so as you can see, there are a fair few things happening, this triple conjunction with the Sun, the Moon and Mercury affecting everybody. This T-square affecting everybody, bringing up challenges. You can see it's red, and so yeah, it's not easy, it's a challenge. However, the thing about T-squares is that they're completely workable, okay? So you can find a solution to these challenges. It's not like an opposition, which is just so difficult. I mean, this is not easy, but at least it's workable. If you work around it, focus on your spiritual life, for example, you're likely to have insights into how to resolve a situation. And this minor grand trine also with Pluto, Neptune and Uranus, the three transpersonal planets. This is very significant that these transpersonal planets are all making this pattern, bringing up a lot of energy within you from your subconscious. And again, a lot of things you can say goodbye to, from the past, and prepare for the new year. All right, so that's it, everyone. I hope this is useful. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And if you could leave a like or a comment, that would be great too. If you're new, subscribe and be alive. I know I'm not doing as many videos as I used to do. I'm just so busy at work. That's really the bottom line. But I do appreciate your support and watching these videos. Keeps me going. Have a wonderful December. Have a fantastic Christmas. But yeah, I do also pick a card on Monday mornings if you're in Australia and New Zealand, or Sunday nights if you're in the US or the UK. Okay, thanks so much, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.